Don't start.
Hey girls, welcome to the call. So excited for this call because we're hopefully going to finish checking out the Grow My Business section of the coach office. So I'm going to share my screen. And I really hope I can get through this. I just want to share with you guys all the awesome stuff that is in there. You're going to be so happy that you know this stuff. All right. So I already signed in beforehand so that I was ready. So I'm in my coach office and I'm going to the Grow My Business tab. We're going to go back to Monitor My Business after this, and Carrie Danielle is going to actually go over that. She's going to go over the volume. We might not get to that because we started this kind of late, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get. So last time we were together, I was kind of showing you guys the product tools and shareable media. And that's like, it's such a rich place of resources. Like you really want to go in here and just explore.
I literally sent out like 10 videos right after that call last week.
Great.
People bought Shakeology because of the Shakeology video. Like people bought, like, I was just like,
oh my God, that's great. Yeah, that's what they're meant for. You know, and the cool thing about this is, now I know a lot of you didn't hear all my messages. I'm very sorry and I apologize. There's like 100. But when I get an idea and I'm passionate about it, I'm really excited. I just wanted to tell you guys everything. But basically, what I was saying to you guys in there is one of the things was duplication is key. So learning these things and then teaching your coaches as soon as possible to do the same thing. So like, if we teach our coaches and like Elena teaches her coaches and her coaches teach her coaches, that they have all of these third-party tools at their fingertips, it's going to make it so much easier for them to have success. You don't feel like you have to have all the answers. The answers could be in a YouTube video, or they can be in these third-party tools that
exactly. Like, it's so hard for me to explain sometimes, like, well, what does it entail? And I'm like, well, okay. And I could, like you said, I could do like a whole ramble on of whatever, but I'm like, listen, here's a 5-minute video, 2 to 5 minute video. Just when you get a second, take a look. After you watch it, let me know what you think. Like,
perfect.
And it's like the perfect thing. And I love it because I can go back now and be like, oh, did you watch the video? Like, you know, I can follow up so much easier. Not like, oh, did you read your email? Or like, because I know you read your email, but I can see that you read, but like, I didn't know. So now I can say, what did you think about the video? Was there any question? Like I can, it's so much easier for me personally.
That's awesome. And let me tell you something, girls, I'm almost done with it and I have to re-listen to it, but on my personal development right now is a book called Go Pro by Eric Worre, and it is gold with a capital GOLD. It is so effing good.
And you listen to it Audible?
It's on Audible, and it's free on Audible right now, completely free.
What's Audible? Like, what is it, an app?
Well, it is an app that you have to pay for, but you could get it through a free website if you don't want to have to pay money. There's a library website.
Okay.
A library. Yeah. I forget what that one's called, but I use Audible. It is like a bit pricey. I don't know. I think it's like $15 a month. But my thinking is I should be reading a book a month. It gives you a credit. So each month you get a credit for a book. So instead of me going, I do like books on hard copy also, but books that I would rather listen to, like a Rachel Hollis book, or you know the other author that I was reading, Grant Cardone, he wrote the 10X Rule, which is really, really good. But anyway, let me get back to this one. This book I would recommend it as your next book. Like if you're in the middle of a book right now, finish that for sure. But if you're not reading anything right now and you're looking for something, or you're almost finished, definitely read this book. It's going to be, it's between having all these third-party tool videos, having all this, having all the stuff on YouTube and stuff like that. And this book, you can have a rocking business, because he teaches you that each time you're talking to somebody, you want to end it with he calls it something. And it's not hard to do. It's like a follow-up date. Like you want to end with a specific date that he's like, it'll change everything for you, because they're going to have a certain, you'll see. I have to, it's so good. It's so good. It's called GoPro. You're going to love it. You're going to get so much out of it. I didn't really come in to talk about that, but it kind of goes with this, sort of. But so you kind of look through here already, right, Elena?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, anybody can look through, like, okay, for example, in my massive amount of messages today, what I was explaining was my next program that I'm going to be doing is 21 Day Fix after I'm done with Morning Meltdown. So what I'm going to be focusing on in my stories, in the emails I send to people, even in our challenge group, like talking about what program I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be focusing on, hey guys, I'm going to be doing 21 Day Fix. Do you want to do it with me? And that can be to existing customers, existing coaches, or new people, right? So let's say it's a new person. I can come in here and you kind of already know this. So I don't want to like, oh wait, what is it? Oh, this is images. Hold on. Sorry. Why is it doing this? Oh no, it's my stupid thing. It's doing it again. Guys, this is bad. All right, I might have to have Carrie Danielle take over because this is not. Trying to scroll up. Nope. It's my computer's acting weird. It's acting as if it's a right click.
Yeah, maybe go on the other, do on the left click.
Oh, I got it. All right, hold on. So what was I looking up? Oh, 21 Day Fix. So now, see? It won't let me. That's why I thought maybe it was a image. F-U-C-K. This is bad, guys. Oh, my stupid computer. I can't believe this. Should I reload? Is that bad? Maybe that'll work. Anyway, Carrie Danielle, so you kind of already went through this, so I don't really have to show, but basically what I was going to say was when I go into that 21 Day Fix, folder, there's going to be videos in there. There's going to be the other one that I love to send that I was mentioning to Katie earlier today is they have coach mashup videos where it shows lots of coaches' transformations and how they did on the program and their experience with it. So like, even if it's a program like, let's say 80-day obsession, earlier Carrie Danielle's like, I'm not going to do that. It's an hour. But maybe someone's really interested in doing that. And she needs some stories. She needs transformation. She needs some information. Then she would go to that 80-day obsession folder, and then there would be pictures in there, videos, and like I said, the coach mashups are always really great because they're very engaging and they go quickly. And I just find that kind of entertaining. They do a good job. I think Beachbody does a really good job at kind of giving us a lot of different tools.
They did. They definitely make it easy. There was something though that I was like, oh, I wish they should do this, and I can't remember what it is.
They have a feedback thing.
Yeah.
You could go anytime. They love getting feedback because they really drive what they do next based on what all the coaches say.
Okay. That's good to know. I have to write it down next time. I was like, oh, I wish Beachbody had this. Like, they make it so much easier, and I don't think they had it. It just, I forget what it was though.
Yeah. All right, Carrie Danielle, I don't know if you'll be able to share your screen. Probably not, right? Because I think mine's all screwed up. You can? Oh, that'd be great. I have to do a stop share first, right? Because Carrie Danielle, that's really all I wanted to go over with you with the Grow My Business. Oh, the other thing, one more thing with Grow My Business. Hopefully it'll work. Please work. I don't know, guys. Sorry. All right, I'm going to tell you it. Hopefully you'll be able to find it. It's in this Grow My Business tab. When you go in there, it'll say Challenge Group Tools or Challenge. That's really good too. So when you guys can go back and listen to the messages I sent today, I kind of talked about the challenge guides. And what I'd like to do is start message pods with people all starting on the same day. Carrie Danielle knows about this. We kind of talked about it on previous calls and stuff. So this way, people feel like that connection with everybody, like they're starting on the same day, that maybe they're having a very similar struggle with each other. Mm-hmm. It really makes it more fun, exciting, engaging, and people will stick to it maybe more likely because they're doing it as a team. And so instead of having a whole nother group on Facebook, we can kind of do it in the little message pods. But what's nice is we can still take those challenge group guide posts and share them in that message thread with the visuals and everything. And we don't have to do that every day, but you know, it's something to think about. And we could do that for any program you ever want to do. It could be, you know, you're like, you know what, I really want to do Lift 4 with my husband. Let me see if I can find other couples that we're friends with that would want to do, you know, Lift 4 with us together. And you have a couples group. And then you could use the challenge guide from Lift 4 to kind of make it about Lift 4 so that everything is kind of about that same topic. So that's pretty much the only two things I think in Grow My Business I really wanted to go over was the challenge group tools and the shareable media. There's probably something else. There's Share a Cart, I think, might be in there, but I think you're pretty savvy with that already, right? Like that's pretty.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I do have a quick question though. I know, like I've done this before, and I know I asked earlier today. When you're switching coaches, somebody submits the form. Do I have to do anything else after that? I forgot.
Nope. I mean, you know, what you could do every once in a while, if it's the end of the month and this is going to mean I make Success Club, which that's not the case here, but let's say it is, and you're in a rush and you want them, what I will do is I will call Beachbody after they filled out the form, and I'll be like, hey,
oh, okay, I forgot.
just a heads up. This girl just did the thing. Can you kind of speed it up? And they're so nice. They'll actually speed it up. As soon as they see the name, they'll be like, okay, they're in, you know? So it kind of makes it fast.
She did it this morning, I'm pretty sure, and it still doesn't say she's one of my customers. The last time this happened, it was within a few minutes the person was one of my customers, but I will.
I know you
have a little disclaimer that says sometimes it could take up to 48 hours. So I wouldn't be concerned. If you didn't see it by the end of the day tomorrow, you can call.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I mean, it's Heather. It's the woman I work with. Remember, she signed up? Yeah, she's like, I really want to be kind of like pushed and part of like what you guys do because her sister is Taylor. The one that's Kelly. Not Kelly, it's Taylor. So I'm like, all right. So I said to Taylor, I was like, why don't you because I sent I sent everybody in my group this week, like somebody that you'd want to inspire and why, like the one that you could do. So I always screenshot that and I personally send the messages in case they're not watching, they're not looking. So Taylor messaged me back and she was like, my sister, because I want her to live a healthier lifestyle. So I was like, well, do you want to coach her? Because if you want to become a coach, you can do that. And she was like, no, you can do it.
No. Well, it's up. That's totally up to you guys. But that's actually in my message thread also. I'm telling you, I covered like 5 things in the message thread today.
Yeah.
Because I think I told you guys already, there was I don't want to tell you again. You'll listen. I want to move on to volume if you can. But similar story. Yeah. Trying to get people to think of people that they want to have.
Well, she just didn't want to because the same way I didn't want to do Jaden because he's my son and I didn't want it to be like a conflict of like me telling him what to do or whatever. I wanted him to do it on his own. And if he's going to do it, I'm not going to be here stressing out about it. Just do it.
Yep. Got it. So. All right. So, KD, do I have to do like a stop share? If I can, if it'll let me. Hold on. On the bottom, it should be, right?
I just requested remote control. It should pop up on your screen. Request remote control. It says that you have to approve. Is something popping up?
Stop video.
Or maybe stop sharing your screen.
How do I do that? Because all I see is
on the top of your thing. It should say something like it opens up so I can see your screen.
Oh wait! Here it is. Stop share.
I have food in my teeth. I'm just about to pick it out now. Huge on the screen.
Okay, now sorry. And then I'm looking for maybe there's a little like. Oh,
good.
Sorry. Is
No,
that you or me?
that's fine.
Oh, good.
We're good. Okay.
Yeah.
So team volume is something that is like a mystery to everybody. And I feel like everyone makes it out to be like, oh my God, I don't know about team volume. I don't understand it. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I learned it in the most blonde, basic way. And everyone that I've explained it to, it like completely makes sense. So first I want to start sharing something because I really want to start talking about where you want to place people to build your business first. Right now, you are an active coach. And right now, most of our coaches on our teams are active coaches. They don't have any active coaches underneath them. So I think the first important thing to do is to have 2 active coaches put underneath you. You don't have to worry about volume. At that point, you don't have to worry about where to place somebody, nothing. You have 1 active coach on one side and you have another active coach on the other side. What does it mean for them to be active? It means that they have to be purchasing themselves 50 PV every month or else they go inactive. So it doesn't have to be $50. If you look at the products in the Beachbody FAQ, products can go under different things. I think 90 PV is a bag of Shakeology. Energize is 40 something or something a little bit less. So they could be getting Energize and Hydrate, and that would cover them for their 50 PV. It's not that they have to be getting Shakeology. Clothes even I think has PV, but very, very low PV. I think that there's it's low where you would still have to be buying other stuff. I think.
Yeah.
Don't hold me to the clothing.
But collagen bars, there's
Yeah.
3-day refresh. I mean, there's so much ways to get PV.
So I know I want to change Patrick's PV.
Yeah, you
100%,
can.
because like for him to get energized and recovery every month, it's like we have.
Yeah.
So I want to change.
I do that all the time. I'll get the bars for a little bit and I'm like, I'll get those. And then, I just change up and everything I get under my husband. The only thing I get under myself is Shakeology. So I have 365 and I have enough PV, but everything else, collagen bars.
That's what my plan is. And I have to like re-sign him because he lost his credit card. I still haven't done that yet. So he's inactive right now because of his stupid credit card change.
So all you need to do is log into his coach online office and then go to your his Shakeology subscription. And there's a way in there that you can edit the credit card information in there.
Perfect. Okay.
I also had to call them because I guess to make sure that that I edited my credit card information that was saved in my account. That didn't help. I had to go into the Shakeology subscription because that's the one that they pull your business fee from.
Oh, okay.
So I can send you the link to make sure that you're doing the right one, but it was still, for me, this happened once. I had to get a new credit card because it was hacked or something like that. And when I was getting like an error from it. So for like a day I was inactive and I was freaking out over it a few months ago. But so for right now, you don't necessarily have to worry about the volume. Like I said, you want to your first step is to get Emerald and to have 2 active coaches underneath you. What happens if one of them becomes inactive for the month? Unfortunately, you will lose the rank of Emerald. But the second they do purchase again, you will get back that Emerald rank. The first time that you get Emerald rank, it's super exciting. You get a nice little envelope with an award from corporate. Maybe your coach will send you something. It's cute. But that's the first step of what you want to do. So you don't necessarily have to be worrying about the volume. The next step to become is called Ruby. And it is kind of like the elusive Ruby because most people don't do this.
I was never Ruby. I went right over to Diamond. So I was Ruby and then Diamond, like at the same time.
So the reason that most people don't do it is because most people are building their business and most people are just trying. They say the best way to build your business is to just keep going emeralds. Get 1 active coach on one side, 1 active coach on the other side, an active coach. And you can see that you want to be building your active coaches on each side because in order to become diamond, which is where you start really getting more money and you get more perks and that kind of stuff, is when you are an active diamond. So to be an active diamond, you have to have 1, 2, 3, 4 personally sponsored coaches on each of your legs, right? So most people, it's hard to get 2 emeralds on each side because now you're helping somebody else grow their business. It's easy for you to have people just sign up as discount coaches.
But hold on, guys. If we start doing the idea that I have about the girl at the thing with the school that's in the message thread, I think it's going to be really, really easy to start rolling out the emeralds.
I tell everybody that might want to start, like you're better off starting so that you get the discount right away and you're set up for a business in the future if you choose.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell people that right off the bat. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So regardless, like I said, we'll get to the volume, but I just wanted to explain in the beginning, like right now, I'm still putting one person on one side, one person on the other side, one person on one side, one person on the other side. There is a little bit of technique because I'm further along in the business, and I'm going to show you now the volume portion of it, which will make sense. But for you, your main thing is one active person on one side, one active person on the next, and then you're going to want to kind of just keep replicating that. But there's a technique to which side you want to put somebody on, and that's when the volume comes into play.
Can I just say one thing while you're getting to the next thing? Hold on. So what I was going to say was, like Carrie Danielle said, keep going emerald. But then, like she said, you're going to get to a certain point where that's going to change. But I would wait to make that change until you at least have 2 coaches on each side.
Yeah.
Then I would start doing what she's going to
Strategizing. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So your team volume is anybody who's underneath you. If you look at your graphical genealogy, anyone who's underneath you, you're getting volume for. So for example, right now, Elena, if I sign up Greg as a coach and I put him on my right leg, which is where you are, and Greg purchases something, because you're a coach on that same leg, you will get volume from it. If I sign up somebody from my job and I put them on my left leg, you don't get volume for it because you're on my right leg. But when you go into your graphical genealogy and you look at anyone who's underneath you, you will be getting volume for them. Your customers, your coaches, and your coaches and my coaches as well. So you can start getting volume from other people, which is pretty cool. That's why it's in that like triangle formation. So anyone who's
how would I get volume from Greg if he's signed under you?
So the same way, let me show you, I'll explain it to you. Let me go to my monitor my business, and if I went to my graphical genealogy, which is my tree here, you're going to see people that Georgiana signed up, because Georgiana has signing up people. She put me in her tree like this, right? She put me here. She's signing up people underneath me. They're going to show up in my tree. Let me show. So here's my tree. If you look here, Dory is technically right here. Dory is inactive right now, but Dory in our group is underneath me because Georgiana signed her up after me and put her on the same leg as she put me. So Dory is on my leg.
Okay.
So if Dory purchases something, I actually get kickback. That's just the way that the structure of it is.
Same. Yeah, I get Arlene's volume. I get that's because of Arlene you met at Susan's. I get her volume. She's under Carrie. And somehow I don't know how it works exactly, but just wherever they are in the tree, that kind of works out that way.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
So this is my left leg. It says on left. This is my left leg. And then here's my right leg. So on my left leg, underneath Dory, is Lisa Perella, Lisa that you met at the thing the other day. So if Lisa signed up somebody, or right now, Dory, if she was active, she too would be getting Lisa's, right? She'd be getting Lisa's volume. So if you look at your tree, anyone who signed up underneath you as your own customer, or you'll see people here that I sign up, you will be getting volume from them, which is amazing. It's building your business without having to do anything. But that's the whole point of anyone that you sign up underneath you or is signed up with you underneath your coach, you're building a team together. That's what's pretty sweet about it. So
interesting.
If I go back here to where, crap, I think I just signed myself out because I clicked too many times. Okay, there we go. Volume. Okay. So here, you're going to see my left leg and you're going to see my right leg. Volume, all you have to remember is volume is 100 to 200. Doesn't matter which leg it's on. But in order to get volume, it's going to take 100 from one side, 200 from the other side, a 2-to-1 ratio.
Well, for me, see, it depends because I have a weak and a strong leg. Carrie Danielle doesn't seem to have too much. They look pretty even, although her right leg looks like it's her stronger, and her left is her weak. So that would mean she has to get 200, right, on the right side for every 100 on the left side. Right? But for me, like my left side is so strong. Like I literally have 63,000 volume, like carryover to like 120. Like there's like no carryover on that side, where it's in the thousands on this side because that leg is just so strong. So that means for every 200 on that really strong leg, I need 100 on the weaker leg. But this is something I learned also. Our leg and our strengths of our legs can change as we grow in the business. So as we have like more business centers and things grow, the leg swap. What happened? What did I miss?
It's just a lot. Like, I don't even know what that means.
Oh.
I'm sure I'll figure it out as time goes on, but.
Well, like if you looked at, I wonder if we could look, we can't now, but I guess if you looked at yours, it would be easier to kind of see. Like when you look at your numbers,
Let me see.
Yeah, you could look quick and see if you can find it.
Yeah, I can.
How many points you have. But I kind of interrupted Carrie Danielle, so.
I don't know how to look at my volume like on the screen on my phone.
If you go to, it's the same thing. If you go to monitor my business and then you go to compensation and then you go to team volume from there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't give me the same numbers for some reason.
It gives you
week over week.
It gives you well, I kind of interrupted you though. Where were you at? I mean, you were kind of explaining that. I just wanted to explain the like what you were saying with
mm-hmm. So to keep it really, really like basic right now, you need to take 100 from one side and 200 from another side to get team volume. So this is my total team volume by leg right now, current standing from what's purchased so far. 273 on one side, 600 on the other side. So if we use that concept, like I just said, 100 from one side, 200 from another. Here, you would be able to take 100 and 200, right? Mm-hmm. And then what would be left over? 173 and then 414. I could then hit 2 cycles. Rather than just hitting a cycle bonus once, I can hit 2 cycles because I can take another 100 from one side and 200 from the other side.
So like, so you know about the cycle bonuses. So when you're an emerald, you get, what is it, $14 for each cycle that you make. So that you can make up to 20. Is it 20 or 200? I forget the number, but there's a certain amount each week that you can make. Coach Caleb goes over it in his video about compensation. But there's like 20 cycles or 200. I don't know. There's a certain number of cycles that you can have in a week. So however much money you get. So for you guys, let's say it's $15. That's not necessarily it. But so that means every time you make a cycle, you get $15. So the more of them you make, the better, right? So what you want to do is you don't want to have, when you're adding coaches, let's say you're noticing like, all right, I have 200 on this side. I'm trying to think of easy numbers. Like if I have, I don't know, like 200 on this side and 5,000 on this side, I need to make sure that I'm adding coaches over here so that I make more cycles. So you kind of want to always be looking at the volume. You want to try to create as many cycles as you can. So when you look at your numbers, it's going to help you as you go on. Right now, you might not notice anything because you don't have much volume because you maybe have 1 coach or 2 coaches. But as you go on, you're going to be like, oh, I have, because this one's bringing in volume, I have 800 on one side and only 100 on the other. I'm not going to make any cycles. I'm going to make 1 cycle because it's going to be 100 to 200. It could have been 400 to 800. You missed out on 3 cycles by having it that way. So if you build up that other side with 100, now it's basically like multiplication. For every 200, you need 100. So you want to create as much of that as possible. And it's very easy to kind of look at it when you're looking in your coach office, when you're looking in the volume, because you basically just double. So like, if I look at one side and it says 500, and then I look at the other side and it says 1,000, I say, okay, good, I'm going to cycle out. I'm going to get as many cycles as I possibly can. Because for that 500, the double of that is 1,000. Does that make sense? Because remember, it's 100 to 200.
But like, aren't you not doing But aren't you, if you were telling, if before what you said, like with your left leg, you said is in the thousands, and you said your right leg is like 100 or
That
something.
all that volume has nothing to do with me. That's all of Carrie's people. Like a lot of that volume comes from other people.
But I'm saying like, okay, so you don't have control over where you put
Exactly. I got to build up that other side, which
it. Other
is
side. Okay.
is.
I see what you mean. So
You know what I'm saying?
like,
So I got to get coaches. But here's the thing. You want to make sure as you're adding coaches to the other side that you're not screwing yourself on rank either. You want to hold your rank and make sure you have enough coaches, but also look at the volume and make sure you can get as many cycles as possible.
okay. So now when I look at my genealogy, I have underneath